the time my landlord hid a camera in our bathroom and we didn't notice for 6 years. Okay, so first, we've obviously moved out. We moved about a year ago and I've never been happier. The household consisted my me 14F and my mama 46F and my dad sometimes. He doesn't live with us yet, but he will be soon. We moved into the apartment and lived there for about 6 months. For a few years the landlord, an older man and his wife, were pretty okay. The downstairs was a shop of sorts, so we saw them often. However, year 3 was when they started to be rude. Getting upset over minor stuff such as the outer door rotting with was not our fault. The house was falling apart, and he refused to fix anything, other than the sink, IDK, which at one point in the winter the front door broke and our house was freezing, because the heater was working fast enough to block out the cold. In my bedroom above my bed, the roof was sagging down, it would leak when it rained. Because my room was small, I couldn't move my bed anywhere else without obstructing my door onto the camera. I was using the bathroom, and you know when you get bored on the toilet and you don't your phone, so you're just kind of stuck looking around. That was essentially what was going on. To the right was the sink, and it was rectangular, so the bottom had storage. There was an inch or so of space between the ground and the storage part. Our ground in the room was covered by fake tiling and it was starting to come up there. There were 2 small holes in the tiling which I hadn't ever thought anything of until I was looking at it. From the angle I thought it looked like something was in it, so I started to peel back the tiling and saw something black. I had been watching TikTok a bit before and had seen those horror stories of finding a camera in their hotel rooms and stuff, so I thought I'd check on the off chance it was. I grabbed my phone and shined the light at the holes and started freaking out because the bigger hole actually looked like there was a camera lens. So of course I ran to my mum at midnight LOL and told her about the camera. She sighed and said it probably was wiring or something and she'd have Dad check it tomorrow when he came up for dinner. Well, when he did, he fully peeled back the tiling at that area and sure enough, there was a camera. Of course we checked the rest of the house and there weren't any others. But we found at least my dad brought the camera to his cousin who was a cop and they looked into it. Apparently it was one that you could connect to your phone and watch where it was set up. He said that based off everything it looked like it hadn't worked for about a year or so. However, he found that it was bought in 2018, which was about when we moved in. My parents wanted to press charges, but because of everything we never did. Well, my mum caped him, at least I think that's how that's spelled, the thing where you can see any criminal history. She found that he'd previously been charged for 3 counts of sexual assault of a minor and sexual harassment of a woman. I don't entirely remember why, but I guess the charges were either dropped or lessened. So for 6 years of my life, me and my mother lived in that house, being watched for at least 5 years. Our bathroom was small, so where the camera was placed was a perfect spot to see us getting undressed if we were showering or changing, not to mention if we were wearing a dress or skirt. Every time I think about it, I feel so violated, not to mention that he had a ladder to the room right next to my bedroom windows, and unlike my mum, I didn't have any curtains because the rods were broken for the first 3 years. I feel so grossed out that we were being watched without knowing, especially in such a vulnerable spot. It's not even like the camera was in a spot that could possibly be justified either. So to all those who are renting, please be careful. You never know who's watching you. Even if you think you're safe, you never know.